Sailor Moon says,
I heard you're on Stancy!
Hi, my name is Pyrus, and I have a ton of niche interests that those closest to me are tired of hearing about, so I created an entire series on YouTube for the sole purpose of yapping. Intros out of the way, today we're going to discuss my current ruminations on Dragon Age the Veilguard, and subsequently the state of the Dragon Age fandom. To pick up the big stuff first, I have to say that, yes, Dragon Age the Veilguard is a bad game. The writing is appalling, the story is unfinished, and the lore has absolutely been taken a piss on. While the game may be fun to play, I find that the fandom is doing the legwork of making the game interesting with the scraps of what could have been. I have played this game almost 3 times now, and each time I do, it feels like a chore. The story is lackluster, the romances, for the most part, lack that BioWare charm, and overall there's no payoff from all the other games leading up to this one, specifically Dragon Age Inquisition. People have every right to be upset, and I'm displeased to see that when someone blatantly says the game is ass, people are quick to suppress that vocalization. Did I enjoy some aspects of the game? Of course. But I'm a writer first, and I fell in love with BioWare games because of their rich stories and compelling characters, and as much as I adore some of the scenery, characters, and missions in the game, there is a giant looming shadow that is permanently cast on this game, and it is not fixable. This game should not have been released as it is now, and I stand 10 toes down on that statement. I believe there comes a time where you need to rest your laurel, and it's clear that the writers, and yes, I know I'm addressing the Patrick Weeks, y'all, need to put the pens down and reflect if they are given a mere chance at another game after this nightmare. The reason I'm making this video is actually not to call out, despite my previous point. This video instead exists to extend an olive branch to longtime Dragon Age fans. I am a major Mass Effect fan. I have seen the argument that the reason the Veilguard is so underdeveloped and so rushed is because EA wanted to start making Mass Effect 5, and I vehemently disagree with this point. You see, Dragon Age fans, this too happened to us with Mass Effect Andromeda. And before you groan, I did play Mass Effect Andromeda and I did enjoy it. However, the game is almost identical to the Veilguard in terms of poor writing and the resounding emptiness of an unfinished concept that has a heavily anticipated title slapped on it. The Veilguard and Andromeda are both victims of EA and BioWare games, and I find it a bit unfair to call out Mass Effect 5 as a scapegoat for the Veilguard. I'm going to gently take your hand when I say this to you. We both got f***ed hard by EA and BioWare. And instead of a cutscene, we got a fade to black. We are one and the same. Lastly, I want to express my feelings towards Mass Effect Andromeda. My expectations are in hell. I do not expect a good story. I do not expect fair screen time with companions. I don't expect accurate lore with the new Mass Effect game. In fact, I would implore the studios to leave it as it is. I don't think I can stomach any more disappointment from these titles that I once looked forward to. The Veilguard was a major punch in the gut for a lot of fans, and anytime I play it, I get this overwhelming sadness and anger that I'm sure was a real emotion once before Elgernon snatched it away or whatever. I truly believe that the Veilguard marks a clear line in the sand for the future of BioWare games and Dragon Age as a whole. I do not expect another game, and to be honest, I'm not even looking forward to it at this point. If Mass Effect 5 doesn't deliver, that may be the end of BioWare games' reputation for me and for a lot of people. Overall, I'm disappointed, but I find myself playing the game with some sort of childlike wonderment, looking for some sort of fulfillment that I know we will never get. When I first played Dragon Age Inquisition, I was in high school. I was going through a really tough time with being in a new place, and one of my classmates recommended it to me, and I fell in love. I realized that BioWare games made my favorite game of all time, Jade Empire. So when I played it, I fell absolutely in love with characters like Cole, who spoke in riddles, and his prose really shaped how I write to this day. Characters like Sarah, who has such layers to her. Vivienne, who just grew on me. She's my auntie. That's auntie right there. Dorian Pavis, a character that I identify with so much. I don't get that from Veilguard, and it's so disappointing that we could have had something so much better if not for corporate greed and a company that has not taken the time to really look at who their true fans are. I want to know what you think in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious about your thoughts. If you guys want to know how I feel about Dragon Age a little bit more, please let me know. Treat the comment section as a place to vent or just to reflect, you know? I have been Pyrus, and I hope you have a wonderful night or day wherever you are in this fade-torn universe. I am out.